The Laps of Love 5K for Cerebral Palsy is this weekend, and here with everything you need to know before you go is Lauren, Emma, and Dr. Josh. Thanks so much for coming in today, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Lauren, I'm going to start with you. This is your 12th year of doing this annual Laps of Love event. Tell us a little bit about the history and how this all got started.
So I really wanted to create something for people with cerebral palsy because there was no community prior. There was very little awareness.
Yeah.
And what's still kind of sad is within the 12 years that we've been doing this, we've put all our love into it, but the overall needle of change for the disability as a whole has not moved much.
Yeah.
So that just lights our fire even more.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere else you can go but in a positive direction.
Yeah. Tell us and explain to our viewers that might not be aware of what cerebral palsy is and how it affects people. I know it's different for everyone.
So it's not a cookie cutter disability.
Yeah.
And it's often caused in utero up to 3 years old. And it's oftentimes like having a stroke in an adult, but in a baby. So depending on which hemisphere of the brain that occurs in and how severe it is, will have determined how it affects you. But something they don't say is the bleed and the damage doesn't get worse as you get older, but your functionality will ultimately start to decline.
Right.
Which is why the therapy that we fundraise for step physical therapy is so important.
Yes. Okay. So for all of that you're doing is, one, creating a community for people affected by cerebral palsy, but also it's raising money for what you do, Dr. Josh. So tell us about the treatment that you work on and you've done with both Lauren and Emma.
Yeah, so at First Step Physical Therapy, we developed what's called the First Step Recovery Model. And what we do is we basically break the body down into 7 different steps. So no matter what's going on with the individual, because it is very individualized, you know, we can look at step 1, which is the head and neck, look at cervical and cranial alignment, all the way down to step 7, which is the ankle and foot, and everything in between, and really looking at how to improve the individual functionally, being able to do more things at home on their own.
That's right. And Lauren, you're a testament to this because years ago, you couldn't walk on your own, right?
Right. I was what you would consider an ambulatory wheelchair user. So I could walk a little bit, but I was in my wheelchair the majority of the time.
Right.
So I actually, we just got a new sponsor and we went into the car dealership, and the marketing girl who's about my age was like, I would never know that you had cerebral palsy, which means awesome. We did our job.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So you've walked into this studio 3 years now, and you know you've done this race, and you've created this community, and now we've got Emma here. You are one of the ambassadors for this race. Do you want to tell us what it means to you?
It means that just like that I love being the ambassador, and it like means that I just love being the ambassador.
Nice. That's awesome.
6-year-old Emma loves being the ambassador, and we love having you. She's adorning her lemon shirt with her yellow bow, and she's really proud to represent. Lauren, tell us the details of the day. I know registration is ending tomorrow, correct?
Yes, online registration ends tomorrow at noon. But no worries, you can come out the day of at 10 a.m. and register. We would love for anyone to come out on the day of.
And this is happening Saturday?
Sunday,
Sunday.
June 8th. 1 mile 5K. We have our signature lemonade stand. Princesses from A Dream is a Wish Entertainment.
Okay.
Balloon Brothers, a stilt walker, popsicles from Amstel Ice Cream. We have at our honorary CP pinning ceremony, which is really special for our community.
Yes.
We have hair braiding, hair tinsel, face paint, Mickey and Minnie, the whole nine.
The whole nine. You can walk, you can run. We've got a 1 mile, a 5K. This is all happening Sunday, June 8th at Terminal B. Where can our viewers go to learn more information?
Honestly, our website would be the best place, which is www.makelemonade.org. All the info is on the website. You can still register on the website. If you're super ambitious, you can still set up a team fundraiser.
Okay.
We would love that.
Absolutely.
Still time.
There's still time. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Cheers with some lemonade to Laps of Love. It's going to be a wonderful day. I've participated the last 2 years. And viewers, this year's Laps of Love is happening this weekend at Terminal B at Buffalo's Outer Harbor. To donate or register, you can visit Make Lemonade. That's AIDE.org. Thanks again for coming in. A local educator's engagement had her whole school feeling the love recently when her students came together to plan a very special surprise. And joining me now with a first-hand account of this sweet story are Brianna and Courtney, principal and assistant principal of Buffside at Dote Street, as well as students Sabahad and Charlie. Welcome, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Well, Brianna, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell us what happened.
Okay, I'm still processing everything. It was just last month, but I was told that I had to follow Miss Champlin somewhere, and I didn't know what was happening, but there was a camera there, so I knew something special was going to happen. And when I went up to her office, she had shared that the school was going to throw me a surprise wedding, which was, I still didn't understand the magnitude of that until I kind of like walked downstairs and saw my wedding party, which was 2 representatives of each grade level at our school. We're pre-K through 4th grade. And then when we got outside, it was all 400 students gathered.
Oh my God.
Along with our previous middle school students that led the ceremony.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was quite a magnificent day.
Well, because I know that you were planning on getting married and you were like, I just wish I could have all of the students there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They mean so much to us. It is a joy being with them each day, and there's no place else we'd rather be.
Okay, so you helped make this happen, Courtney. So tell us what went into the planning and how you were able to keep it a surprise.
Yeah. So we love supporting and really hyping up all of our students and our staff and celebrating them all the time. So we knew when Miss Lenoy got engaged, we're like, all right, we got to go big for this. So we got a committee together. We got some of our founding middle school students that started with us when Dote Street first began as Buffside 2. We got speeches. They led the entire ceremony. A good friend of ours, Mr. McClure, who is a teacher at Buffside, filmed everything. So we were able to set up a really magical surprise for her. She deserves everything.
And Sabahad, you were part of the planning, like she mentioned.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was kind of surprised because I learned like 2 days before. And then I was like learning the speeches.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of like other friends that I remember I originated with from like 2nd grade when we first started Dote. And it was a blast.
Did you always love Miss Brianna? Were you so excited to be part of this special moment?
Yeah, after middle school, it was like nice to go back. It felt nostalgic after so long.
Yeah. And Charlie, you were part of it too. You got to be part of the ceremony, right?
Yeah.
What was that like? Was it fun?
Yes, it was super fun, and everyone decided to come out.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so if you don't know what we're talking about, we have a little clip of it. Let's look.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Champlin, and we have the best school principal here at Dote Street Elementary. Her name is Brianna Lenoy, and she has no idea that the entire school is about to surprise her with a surprise wedding. But if she could invite every kid to her wedding, she totally would. So, shh. We all love you so much that we're giving you a surprise wedding! We're giving you a surprise wedding!
By the power vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife forever. You may now have the bride.
Oh Oh my goodness, that was so beautiful. That got a lot of attention. CBS's Steve Hartman came and did a story with you guys. How did this blow up to be so big?
Honestly, I think it's a feel-good story.
Yeah.
I think we need some good news and celebrating, and everyone loves to see students. So it was really great to highlight them and for them to lead this entire ceremony.
Yeah.
It was such a special time. So it was, I don't know, I think people like to celebrate and like see that joy.
Well, it just shows how close you guys are as an institution. So tell us more a little bit about Buff Psi and what makes it such a special school for students.
Yeah.
Well, our school's amazing because we're pre-K through 4th grade. We really just are all about bringing joy to the school, and we do that in so many different ways through our character education program, our rigorous curriculum as well, and we have a really tight-knit staff and student culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about open enrollment that's happening soon. So why should parents consider signing their kids up as a student at Buff Psi?
That's a great question. We believe that our students are leaders. We believe in empowering their voices and providing access and opportunities that they deserve. So if you're looking for a place for your student to become a leader and grow in those skills, you should definitely consider Buff Psi as an option.
Where can they go to fill out an application and learn more?
Yeah, you can go right to buffsci.org, BUFFSCI.org.
Alrighty. Now, are any other faculty getting married soon? Because I would like an invite to the next one.
We do.
Spring,
Yeah, we have one in May.
I'll keep that one a secret, but I'd like to be invited to the next one. Thank you guys so much for coming. And what an awesome thing you guys did for Miss Brianna here. Viewers, if you would like to learn, if you're looking to say I do to a great school, you can find the application for Buff Psi at buffsci.org after December 1st. Thanks again for coming in. You may have heard of the new restaurant in the heart of the Elmwood Village that's giving Mediterranean a whole new meaning. It's called Mira, and it's providing diners of Western New York the opportunity to expand their palates while staying true to familiar flavors we know and love. We're giving you an inside look so you can see for yourself what all the buzz is about. Mira, the conjugation of the Spanish verb mirar, means to look. But for one Buffalo restaurateur couple, the word means so much more.
It's something that Manny says a lot at home as a term of endearment to me, and we were, spending a lot of time trying to come up with a name. It was one of the harder things we had to do, and because we wanted the name to be super meaningful, not just a name that sounded cool. We want people to look at this restaurant and see something that they don't have available to them.
Welcome to Mira, a brand new space in the Elmwood Village, filling some tall orders in the short time it's been open. A culinary concept born from chefs and co-owners Manny and Gina Ocasio, who met in the restaurant scene of Philadelphia and sparked more than a stove burner.
And I dragged her to Buffalo. And we've been here for almost 4 years. From the moment we talked about moving back to Buffalo was to create a restaurant like this. So we're just super excited that it worked out the way it did and that we have the partners that we have, and we're just super lucky to have had everything go our way in that direction.
Their vision of Mira from the beginning was a space that combines elegance and minimalism, two things that seem to contradict. But through the restaurant's aesthetic appeal and a menu that focuses on using few ingredients in new ways, they're encouraging diners to expand their palates without compromising on comfort.
So our partner Karen designed the restaurant, and we really wanted this restaurant to reflect the food in its visual look and the aesthetics. We didn't want it to just be a beautiful space. We wanted the design to have meaning as well, along with the food. We think that every detail really just kind of puts you in that place that makes you feel like you're in a special restaurant.
It's kind of a dichotomy, bold but simplistic.
Yeah.
And somehow you managed to blend the two perfectly together.
Yeah, so the food is really meant to all be sort of rustic and simple. But again, using the best ingredients that we can and putting a lot of thought and effort into the preparation.
Take, for example, their culigiones, a classic Sardinian dish that delivers familiar flavors in a typical fashion. The ingredient list? Semolina and water for the dumplings pasta coat, stuffed with a creamy mix of potato and pecorino and smothered in a tomato basil sauce, culminating in comfort on a plate.
Here we have a ricotta gnocchi alla matriciana, a classic Roman pasta pasta. We do ours with tomatoes, red onions, guanciale, black pepper, and here we have spaghetti alla vongole, so spaghetti with clams, another classic dish.
And they don't skimp on the sweets either, with fresh takes on Mediterranean classics like tiramisu and gelato.
And this one is a Concord grape. It's just local Concord grapes, sugar and a little lemon, just perfect, I think.
And behind the pine, or in their case, blue soapstone, they're focusing on flavor for their curated cocktails.
Our bar manager, Mary, has made an incredible cocktail list with some house cocktails and spritzes that just complement the food. They're light, fresh. She uses a lot of spices, a lot of herbs, that sort of thing. Like doing a martini that uses olive and tomato and has a feta garnish to kind of give that like fun play on a Greek salad, but in a drink. The bar at Mira is gonna be a good place to be.
All of their emphasis on intricacies, it's no surprise that the location is also meaningful, having taken over an iconic building from Buffalo's restaurant Rolodex.
It was like important for us to find the right place in the community and like something that all of these like thoughts and ideas that we've had for years and years and years could really shine through and be exemplified.
What made this seem like the perfect place for you to open up Mira?
Yeah, we lived on Elmwood for the first 3 years of living in Buffalo, so we're super familiar with the area. We love how the neighborhood feel is, and I'm not from Buffalo, but I have only heard how Panos was such an institution. So then when this building came to our attention, I thought that was so cool and special, and people seemed like really happy at the prospect of something coming into this building again.
As the Acasio's passion project, Mira ignited alongside their own flame, and the heat is catching on throughout the whole community with no sign of cooling down.
We got married this summer, like while we were opening this restaurant, so like
You were
it's
like,
really,
let's
yeah,
go for it.
it's really just all like tied together, you know?
And they're hoping the seed they planted will inspire others to put roots down alongside them.
I would love to see, 5 restaurants open up in the next few years on this same strip, but I think that that's something that we're sort of missing here, and I would love to see and like help sort of like change that.
There's just already been so much buzz around Mira. What does it mean for you, especially like this is your baby and now she's here and you've invited her into the world and you're getting such great feedback?
It's been super exciting to see how like fired up people are for us to be open. We have had like some nervous moments because the food that we serve is like, again, a little bit different of like, are people gonna love this? And so seeing that reaction and seeing how bad people wanna get in here to try dinner has been amazing.
The goal was always to have a lot of food on the table and a lot of happy noises in the air.
Mira, a look into the future of Buffalo's culinary lexicon.
If you'd like to book a reservation for Mira, view their menu, or learn more about their location and hours, you can visit mirabuffalo.com. Western New York is filled with culinary talent that is now being recognized on a national level by television's grumpiest gourmet chef. Joining me now ahead of his premiere on Next Level Baker with Chef Gordon Ramsay is Michael from Polyester Bakes. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, I'm going to go back to the beginning about what inspired you to pursue a pastime in baking and what led you to the journey that you're on now.
It's kind of a sentimental start. It was my wife was ill at the time. We used to watch Great British Baking Show. Everybody loves that show.
Yeah.
So when she was kind of ill at the end, we used to watch it, and then I'd make something at the end of every Sunday from the show. And I was terrible in the beginning. I didn't know anything, any measurements. It was a mess, but she was great. And then after she passed away, I just kind of kept doing it. And then COVID hit. There was nothing to do. And everybody was home bakers, and then it just kind of went from there. And my Instagram account ended up being created because I was sharing some desserts, and I happened to have a weird holiday a vintage Christmas sweater, and everybody made more fun of that than the desserts. So I was like, something in this.
Here.
So then I found another one, and more, and then next thing you know, I'm buying them and seeking them out.
Okay.
And it became Polyester Bakes.
Okay, so you started wearing these polyester sweaters and baking on your Instagram, and people have just been drawn to you. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming social media is a little bit newer to you, like, as far as like gaining and posting kind of as a career.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was always mostly on Facebook, and then now I'm on TikTok. Ooh, new guy on TikTok. So, but even
With the cool sweaters.
Yeah, with the cool sweaters.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a thing now. I have a really good friend. She's actually Miss America, and her whole thing is grandma chic.
Right,
So,
right.
it's a thing. You found your niche. But let's get into Next Level Baker. Tell us how you ended up being on the show.
So a casting agent contacted me from my Instagram account. She was following it, and she said, listen, I love your account. I want to submit you to this show. It's a Gordon Ramsay show. So, of course, I'm like, yes,
She
no matter what it is.
slid into your DMs?
Slid into my DMs.
One day you're just baking in your kitchen in your sweaters, and here they come.
Right.
Colin.
So, my first thought is, yeah, put me in for it. I'm not going to get it. And then, 6 months later, I'm in Dublin in the soundstage.
Oh, wow.
What am I doing here?
Well, you got to believe in yourself, Michael. You're doing pretty great. Okay, so I know you can't spoil anything about the experience on the show because it's airing, but tell us a little bit about what it was like, or if there was any, memorable moments or lessons that you learned.
It's a machine. From the moment you land at that airport, it's a competition. You're going. You're not allowed to talk to anybody when you first arrive.
Okay.
The bus comes and there's different contestants on it, and you just kind of glance at everybody, but you're not allowed. Hard ice.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Hard ice. No talking.
Okay.
And then you get into your hotel room, and you're pretty much sequestered there.
Yeah.
And then you just go from the hotel room to the studio, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh my goodness.
But it's great. It's fun. The big question is Gordon Ramsay. Is he really nice?
Yeah, no, tell us about Gordon Ramsay, because that's what I was going to ask.
Well, unfortunately, he's very nice.
Okay. All
And
right.
everybody wants to hear that he's a meanie, but he's not. He's really cool.
He's, he's got a persona, but
Right,
that's
absolutely.
okay as long as he's nice in person.
Yeah, he really was.
Yeah, that's great. No, so you're self-taught.
I am.
And were other contestants self-taught too, or did they all have different backgrounds?
Pretty much all of them are pretty professional.
Okay,
bakers.
okay.
There were some home bakers, but they were even they were like really good. So the competition was tough.
Were you intimidated?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, just having Gordon Ramsay go up to you and go, okay, what are you making
Yeah.
today?
Okay.
That's enough to just faint.
Yeah, because you've been watching the shows, and now here you are on the show. It's
Right.
crazy.
It was
But tell
surreal.
us what you brought for our show.
So today's a princess cake.
I love that.
And it's a British dessert, and it's not super sweet like American desserts, but it's really nice. I can cut into it if you like.
Yeah, please.
All right, let's try and see what this looks like.
princess cake.
It's super soft.
Now, after doing this show, if someone reached out to you and asked you to do another one, would you do it? Or are you like, that was fun, I'm good?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I need a break for a little
You
bit.
need a little break? Okay. But they might keep calling,
So here it is.
Oh, wow. That looks beautiful.
Oh,
Now, also, something that people might not know about you is that you are also a Buffalo artist. So tell us more about your fine art and how that relates back to your baking.
I'm a painter. I started out that way.
Okay, so you always had you had an artistic vision.
Vision, right.
Because baking is an art.
It is. And as a matter of fact, this whole baking thing, I've been a painter, I've been a sculptor, and this whole polyester bakes is really performance art.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a baker. I don't have a bakery. I don't sell my stuff.
You are a baker because you.
I am a baker.
You are a baker now.
But it's really performance art. I get to, I do my write-ups every week. I get to act silly and do everything.
Yeah. Do you think your wife has been so proud of you?
Oh, yeah. I have to admit.
Do you think she's like having a kick out of there? Like, how did this guy?
Either that or her
just
eyes are rolling in her head with every time I open my mouth. you know?
I think she's sending you good luck down here. Well, tell our viewers where they can keep up with you on your television debut.
Oh, it's on Fox on Thursday night, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. And I'm on Polyester Bakes. You want to find me there. And on Facebook as well. And TikTok, like I said.
TikTok. He's on all the things.
I'm on the
Thank
things.
you so much for coming in. We're
Thank you.
supporting you. Viewers, you can stream it Next Level Baker tonight or catch it tomorrow on Hulu. And you can follow Michael on social media at Polyester Bakes to follow along with his journey. Joining me now for this week's Hope Rises segment is our friend Kate Glazer with a local woman who is baking up a Christmas miracle. Welcome, Kate. Tell us who you brought in today.
I have here Jen Mosk, and I am meeting Jen for the first time, but I've covered her story a couple different times. She was battling a very aggressive form of cancer, local mom, and lives right in our community. And I'm just so impressed by how many people have supported her in our community, not even knowing her, going to her baked goods stand and really buying out all of the goodies. So I wanted to bring her in. She has really good news to share this Christmas, so perfect timing for her to come in.
Alrighty, Jen, tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, Chelsea. I've been battling a terminal cancer diagnosis for 6 years. And I've also, in the meantime, my husband and I started growing flowers to kind of cope with the diagnosis. And what started as a hobby turned into something a little bit more throughout the years as my diagnosis became more severe. I had some friends kind of convince me that my farm stand where I sell flowers could maybe turn into something a little bit more where the community could support me in paying for my medical bills that
are quite costly.
Yeah, they were a lot. And so something that started out as a very small hobby eventually turned into something bigger where the community could support me through a terminal cancer diagnosis.
Okay, but I do know that you have some amazing news that you just learned. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this past month I learned that I have no evidence of disease, meaning that I am okay and I beat this.
This is incredible. I mean, a terminal, diagnosis, and now you're going to be okay. What was that like hearing that news after years of you thinking that your life was coming to an end?
Absolute shock. I'm still in awe. This type of cancer is usually stage 4, 20 months to live with treatment. And I've pushed through for 6 years, but I always thought that this eventually would kill me. So this recent scan that I had that said no evidence of disease is an absolute miracle. And I'm just so excited to share that with the world. It's something the community, by supporting my farm stand, has carried me through. And it wouldn't be possible without them.
Tell us more about your farm stand and the goods that you have to offer.
Yeah, this holiday season, I'm selling local honey, local jams, beeswax candles, another local candle made in Akron. And I had baked goods. They are all sold out.
Nice.
They are so yummy. But there's still items at the stand all the way up until the day of Christmas. I will be open offering these items.
And where's your stand located?
It's on North Forest Road in Gettsville, across from the Jewish Community Center.
Wow. Kate, tell us a little bit about what impresses you most about not only Jen's story, but the community that has poured into her.
I mean, the best news today, right before Christmas, so I just couldn't be more happy for Jen and her little boy and her husband who have been with her since this diagnosis. So when I put up a story about a year ago asking for people to go and support, I think you were sold out in 24 hours.
Wow.
People who didn't even know Jen. So I'm just so impressed by the community. They really rallied behind anyone who is in need, and I got to follow Jen's story, and being here today celebrating cancer free, I have chills. It's amazing.
Yeah. I didn't know this, but you have a little boy, and I'm sure throughout these years you had to kind of explain to him about what was happening to mommy. What was it like explaining to him that you're going to be okay?
He was absolutely thrilled. Yeah. He was 1 year old when I was diagnosed, and when he was a baby, you could kind of just work around it. And now that he's 7 now, and he shared the news with everybody, his teachers, his friends at school, friends that come over to the house. He says, "Mommy lost her cancer."
Oh, I love that. Now that you have this kind of second go at life, what is in your future? What do you see for yourself?
Well, that's a lovely question. I see 2 things, and number 1 is just to kind of reset my entire life, my nervous system. I'm still coming out of this. It's surreal that I have this new life of cancer-free. So what I'm doing right now is I'm training a dog to be my service dog to help me cope with the PTSD, but also I will be on life support for life, and she's going to help me navigate that and give me the nudge when it's time to hook up and disconnect and things like that. And I'm really excited about that, but also I just have this huge appreciation for the medical community. So I see myself going into the medical field after this.
Wow, that is incredible. What would you like to say to the community of Western New York, Jen?
Yeah, I would love to say thank you to each and every one of you that helped me get through this by stopping at the stand, volunteering your time, giving me a ride to a doctor's appointment, checking in. Truly, this is a miracle. You helped carry me through to this, and I'm so grateful.
Amazing. Congratulations on a new zest for life, and just know that we supported you as a community before, and we'll continue to support you. And Kate, thank you so much for bringing this story to us. The holidays are right around the corner. What better way to shop and also support local? So if you'd like to learn more about what you can find at the North Forest Farm Stand to support Jen's health journey, connect with her on Facebook at North Forest Farm Stand. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you, Chelsea.